Good evening, parents. My name is Jim Gary, and it's my privilege to teach your son or daughter in my AP US Government Politics course. So, the purpose of this video is really threefold. It's number one, give you a little background information about myself, tell you a little bit about the course, and then also just kind of give you an idea of like how I'm going to be navigating through this uncharted territory of virtual learning. A little bit about me first. I'm an Abingtonian to my core. This is my 22nd year teaching at the high school. I'm also a lifelong Abington resident. I grew up in Glenside. I currently live in the McKinley Elementary sort of like area of the township. I'm a proud 1995 graduate of the school myself. Also, my three kids are spread throughout all three levels of the Abington School District. My youngest is a fourth grader at McKinley. My middle daughter is a seventh grader starting the junior high this year, and my son is actually a 10th grader who is starting in the senior high with me this year. So deeply invested in the Abington school system. Extracurricular wise, for a large portion of my career, I coached softball, baseball, even did a stint as the golf coach. But as my children have gotten older and their sports schedules are a little bit more intense, it's harder to kind of commit to the coaching, but I'm still very much involved extracurricularly. For the last 15 years, I've been the co-director of student council with Rob Banks, who is an 11th grade teacher, and also am the co-director with him in terms of student activities, of overseeing all the clubs and activities at the school. In terms of a little bit of other information about myself, I haven't really ventured far away from Abington my whole life. I did my undergraduate work at LaSalle University and my master's at nearby Arcadia. And also, relevant for this class, I also work for College Board as an AP reader, which basically just means that at the end of every year, I have the opportunity to actually grade the AP exams, which I think has given me some good preparation and some perspective for the students in this class to succeed. In terms of a little info about this course, the students all took 10th grade civics, which is like an intro to government class. And I just want to take a second to kind of differentiate what this course is. I always like to use the analogy that 10th grade civics is the equivalent to like putting the framework up of a house. The initial structure is sort of built. A lot of the topics that we talked about in 10th grade, like how does the government form, what are the basic foundational pieces of the government, how can we impact the government, how does the government impact us, how does the government work, those things are also things we're going to talk about this year. But AP is more of the equivalent of the picture on the right-hand side, which is like the finished product, where we're going to worry about the detail work this year. We're going into a lot more detail than what they would have talked about in 10th grade. The other benefit to this course, and this is an elective, so the students chose to take the class, I hope they like government, is that students that traditionally haven't liked social studies classes in the past because it requires a lot of memorization of dates and names. That's not what this type of course is. This very much focuses on how things work, which the kids seem to like. And the other benefit is that, especially in a presidential year, election year, it's a great year to take the course. Almost everything we talk about in class, the kids can see reflected right in the world around them in the news. So there's great relevancy to this course. The other major benefit to this class is, along with all AP classes, the students have the opportunity to take an end of the year test. Ours is on May 3rd, and it's a 55 question multiple choice test along with 4 essays. And depending on how the students do, they have the ability to earn college credit while here at Abington taking this class. It's not the singular focus of this class. I want the kids really to come out of this class with an appreciation for government and understand how it impacts them and how they can impact it. But this is definitely a perk, the ability to earn this college credit, and they'll definitely be prepared. We'll do a lot of prep activities as we go through the year. A little bit about my virtual learning philosophy. That's a picture of my classroom in the senior high at S113. And you can see that the classes are the classrooms divided into pods. One of the things I'm going to try and do to the best of my ability is replicate what I normally do in S113 in this new sort of crazy virtual world. So I plan to do a lot of small group work. I do the pods in my classroom because I like the students to interact on a smaller, like more intimate level with each other on a daily basis. And I'm planning to do the same thing in my virtual classroom through Zoom breakout rooms. And I think it allows the kids to make more personal connections, which I think is important in this virtual sort of environment. It allows them to interact with each other at a much smaller level. It also allows me to circulate around these breakout rooms and interact with the students on a more one-to-one level, which I think there's benefit in. So we'll try to do that almost every day. Also, we have 80-minute blocks this year while we're doing the virtual learning. So I think it's important to kind of switch up the activities we're doing every 20 minutes just to keep the kids like refreshed and engaged. And then students will also have access to pre-recorded videos. If they have any technological glitches, if they have any problems connecting, their sound cuts in and out, they'll always have a place that they can go where they can see a pre-recorded video of the material in case there were connectivity issues in class. And again, I explained to the kids on the first day of the year, this is not going to be perfect. This is kind of like uncharted territory. We're kind of in this together and we'll kind of work our way through it. But hopefully having access to these pre-recorded videos will be a resource and a benefit to the students. Also, consider to be like three really keys to success in this class. Number one is to keep up with the reading assignments. Most of the homework in this class is reading, so it's important they keep up with it. About 85% of the work is reading outside of our virtual environment. So it allows them just to have a more solid grasp of the material and also have a more easier ability to participate in class discussions. Also to remain organized. It's a year-long class with a test at the very end of the year, so that would be important for them. Just sort of remain organized. I'll try to organize for them as much as possible all the activities and materials on Google Classroom, and then also through my website. Though you can access Google Classroom, you do have the ability to access our class website. And on the class website, there are lots of pretty good materials, including calendars that allow the students to really kind of keep track of all the work that is due for the class periods. And all of the work is also going to be posted on Skyward as well. So it's important for them to stay on top of all this work and also prepare. This is a year-long class again with a test at the end that allows them to earn college credit. Being sort of prepared all along the year means that they probably won't have to cram at the end of the year to study for this test, including maybe something as simple as buying the test prep book that a lot of kids buy at the end of the year for the AP Gov exam, maybe at the beginning of the year. But there's resources in these books that they can use basically to help them be successful in the course, not just in the test. And then the other thing I would say is just I would like to keep an open line of communication this year. Again, there'll be bumps that we'll all sort of have to sort of get over during the course of the year. If you have any questions, any concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. Shoot me an email, and I'll be more than happy to get back to you. I've encouraged the kids to definitely reach out too if they need help. It's a little more daunting than maybe just visiting my classroom and asking for extra help, but I'm definitely here as a resource to help them out. And I don't want them to be intimidated that I know this is a little bit more of a different environment, but I want them to understand that I'm here as a resource to kind of help them out. So again, thank you very much for your patience, your help, your support during the course of the year. I'm looking forward to a great year with your son or daughter. And again, if you have any questions about anything we're doing this year, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks again.